Happy Sunday. I'm going to read the 23rd and the 24th because I forgot my books. But anyway, right? The, I don't even really like preaching, but it's like I don't know what else to compare it to, right? Yeah, I'm gaining weight. Hold up, I'm going pants. That's why it's like that. Right? It's getting to be ridiculous. Even talking about is getting to be ridiculous. But I'm the type of person, if I hold on to something, the anger just builds up and I gotta let it go. For my sanity and my happiness and my peace, right? I get on the bus. So I hear somebody ask somebody, that works with the, well, why do my aunt got to get down here when everybody else get down there? Because if I get off down there, then the bus driver is going to take off. Then I got to wait a whole nother 45, what is it, 90 minutes, an hour for a bus. So I get off at the train station. But there's a white dude that gets off where I used to get off, and they wait for him. Okay, so I get on the bus. I didn't even look in back of the bus because I sat like right there, right? Trying to avoid ignorance. Because ignorance has no bliss, right? And people, especially a narcissist, right? When they start lying about what they're doing, they stop believing their own BS. You understand? So they can feel that they're superior over you. So I don't know how many times I said I never met this man. I don't know who this man is. Now this is the second time. First it was a white girl, right, that got off the bus and was acting like I was chasing her. First of all, everybody know I can't even run because of my foot is like really messed up. And the scar really bothers me when it's really cold outside. It like draws, but then it subsides because the cold is good for your circulation. And plus, I even got to get mobility in the foot from taking that long ride, that half an hour ride. Sometimes it's an hour ride from Providence to Woonsocket or to Woonsocket from Providence to get my legs and the foot to circulate because you're sitting still. So I get on the bus, right? And I'm not nodding or sleeping. My head's down because my tablet is rested on my bag and my thigh. So my head's down, but I'm flicking. Right? So when the nappy wig chick get off the bus, he goes like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I do it back and stick up my middle finger. And I was like, you know what? You got problems. There's some people sicker than others. When you believe in your own bullshit, you don't even know me from day one. So how you think that you're controlling me and putting me in check? You don't even know me. Number one, how am I going to talk when there's nobody to talk to? See, they thought I was going to get on my mic, but what they don't know is I wasn't even talking to nobody on my mic, and then they ran and gossiped like women. See, when you got men that listen to a female and then they go and spread the gossip, not knowing if it's true or it's a lie, they're called bitches. Right? That's what we call them in Rhode Island. Plies calls them something else. I forgot what Plies called, but it's a whole new, right? So they're waiting and said, look, I don't know, I'm crazy, but you're asking me what's the prediction of the game. But I'm the crazy one. I belong in a psych ward, but you're asking me what's the prediction of the game. It's preposterous. So I get off the bus, right? And I didn't even know a black girl got off the bus because I'm getting off the front, she's getting off the back. And this is what he does. He likes putting... He's white, but he likes putting black against black. You give them a couple dollars, whatever, right? So she's walking fast, and I'm like, she looked back like, I was like, what the fuck you looking back for, you black ugly bitch? Keep walking. She's trying to make it look like I'm chasing her. How am I even chasing you with a bad foot? Stop. And then by the time I got to the corner, she's nowhere in sight. But coming down Main Street, there's a cop parked there. Right? And we got cameras on our buses. They're going to show I wasn't interacting with nobody. I wasn't even talking. So that ain't even going to fly. Right? I need to just, I'm going to have to stop, avoiding this man because it's becoming ugly. You know what I mean? I'm asking them what's going on, what's up, why you don't confront me. Stop paying people to confront me. You start in trouble, not me. But he's like a sucker type of nigga, white nigga, where he throws his rock and hide his hand. He got other people doing his dirty work. Right? It's like, that's what I said. That's how they try to destroy you and rock your foundation. Because they stop believing their own lies. And only another narcissist is going to believe that a man that don't even know me, never seen me in my life, is controlling me. Got me in check. Come on now. If I ain't fucking you or sucking your dick or you ain't eating me, we ain't going together. Them was children. That's good. Get off. You know what I'm saying? We don't go together. We never been on a date. I don't even know your name. You probably know my name because somebody kept saying Millie and I kept looking. And that ain't even my real name. You probably only know my government name because you probably know the man that run this building and you came over here tattling. And I was just talking. I always got my earpiece in my ear and I be talking. They think I'm talking to somebody, but no. You do not want to hang around sucker type of bees. You don't. They're the most dangerous creatures on the planet. You cannot trust them. So I know when I'm on a bus, it was me and a whole bunch of white dudes, right? And 2 black girls. I don't even know why the bus is that empty. Woonsocket bus is never that empty on Sunday. But anyway, I'm going to read from Narcotics Anonymous and Daily Reflection. Because, see, I got to keep my own insanity in check. Right? Because I love who I am. I ain't going to let nobody change who I am. Ain't nobody going to break me to be something that I don't want to be. Now, if I was on a bus without an earpiece talking to myself, then they'd be like, oh, she's acting crazy, blah, blah, blah. She need to go in psych, go on a psych ward or something. But I'm not doing that. I'm just trying to look out for me just for today. It's just about me. Nobody, I don't have no kids. I don't see my grandkids. My kids are grown. I don't see my grandkids. So all I got to worry about is me, myself, and I. I don't even got a man. Lord, I'm praying for one because I'm up here being desperate. I'm not desperate, but things change. But anyway, Jesus today. Nah, this ain't, let me get the other book. That's the other book. Oh. We all gotta get by. Yeah, I gotta clean my room. My best bed is a Leo's. We're gonna be the 23rd and the 24th. This is Narcotics Anonymous. A God of your own understanding. Many of that's April. Oh, but on my daughter's birthday, April 23rd. All right. Serenity check. See, I need a serenity check. Lack of daily maintenance can show up in many ways. Ever have a perfect... nope. This is a God. Oh, I already read it. Oh, it's the 25th, the 24th, and the 25th. Okay. From isolation to connection. Our disease isolates us. Hostile, resentful, self-centered, and self-seeking. We cut ourselves off from the outside world. Addiction is an isolating disease, closing us off from society, family, and itself. We hid, we lied, we scorned the lives we saw, others living surely beyond our grasp. Worst of all, we told ourselves there was nothing wrong with us, even though we knew we were desperately ill. Our connection with the world and with reality itself was severed. Severed. Our lives lost meaning and we withdrew further and further from reality. The NA program is designed especially for people like us. It helps connect us to the life we were meant to live, drawing us out of our isolation. We stop lying to ourselves about our condition. We admit our powerlessness and the unmanageability of our lives. We develop faith that our lives can improve, that recovery is possible, and that happiness is not permanently beyond our grasp. We get honest, we stop hiding, we show up and tell the truth no matter what. And as we do, we establish the ties that connect our individual lives to the larger life around us. We addicts need not to live lives of isolation. The 12 steps can restore our connection to life and living if we work them. Just for today, I am a part of life around me. I will practice my program to strengthen my connections to my world. I'm not isolated. It's just, here they go in my business. I'm not isolated. It's just cold. It's just cold. They call me isolated because I'm always by myself. But every time I connect with somebody, it always ends up being a bad tragedy. Because it's hard to find people that's like me. I can find many people that act like me. That don't work out too good either. Because you just hate clowns putting on a show. Because that's what it is. You find 5 people that all trying to act like you, and it's a shit show, right? When I go to meetings, I talk, I blend in with people. I always share that means everything I have, I always let go and leave it in the meeting, right? Because I got a book. It tells you how to show you how to live in the moment. And I read a book and I just give it away. But that book I felt that I need to keep in my life. Because when I go backwards, I go to that book and I read it again because it teaches you how to stay in the moment. I'm in the moment right now. Right? I'm in the moment right now. But what happened to me, it means what happened to me yesterday, I don't want to go back to what happened to me yesterday. I want to stay in today. Right? I'm making sure I have a good day. Whatever happens to me outside of my walls, I leave outside. I don't come bring it in the house. I talk about it because this is my meeting. You don't want to hear it? Don't come on. This is the meeting for me, and then I let it go and I move on. Because that's me working what I learned in recovery. Right? It ain't about relapsing. Whatever the trades that you learned in recovery to stay clean, you can use them in your daily life every day. Every day, yeah, I'm a recovering addict. That I am. I look homely. I just got off work. It's cold. I don't know where you live, but if you got some sun, you can politely put it in an envelope and send it to me. But it is freezing, right? And plus, me staying up 2 nights in a row for 23 hours, it messes with my body. I just gotta relax my body. You know what I mean? I ain't a young spring chicken or Lunel. Lunel's my home girl. Excuse me. You know, people say you can't make friends, but you can. Lunel is my home girl. I love Lou. Now I love saying her name because my mom's name's Lou Adele, so sometimes I call her Lou. Right? Lunel, I'm so happy for you. I never hate on somebody's love. You know what I'm saying? I just appreciate love. If it's black and you're white, black, or whatever, love is love. Right? And I was like, that I'll be sure to sing a girl. She like him young. Go ahead, girl. You know what I mean? Do you? I'm happy for Linnell. You know what I mean? But me and Linnell, let me tell you a story. Me and Linnell, didn't really connect because her daughter was a ballet dancer, right? And I didn't know she was Lunel's daughter because she's dark skinned and she, you know what I'm saying? She was dope, right? And I understand because she's a mom. But then I started going on her live, and then I was like, girl, don't nobody want your husband, you know what I mean? I'm just here, I'm reading the comments, letting because that's what I do. I read the comments if I'm on the dudes, and I know, who, two, like bird, pigeon, what up, Gilly? You know what I mean? I would be on his live, and they'd be talking, trying to get him, and I'd be like, where Toot? And Toot will come in the picture. That's how I build friends on live. I used to be on live with dudes doing the twerking contest. I ain't gay or nothing, but it'd be funny. Boozy, I went on, that's why they know me. I went on Boozy's live. He got cut off because he was like, put your pussy on the camera for $1,000. And that's what I was like, where's mama at? So I call his mom mama. Right? But Lunel, I swear to God, I am so happy for you. I really am. And homegirl and her man, money, blessings, never that. Never, never, never that. I'm just appreciating love until I find it. Lord have mercy. I mean, it is getting hot out here in the paint for a man. I clean up very well, but, it's cold. When it's cold, I'm like, I don't even know why these women got on makeup right now because it's frozen to their face. It's that cold. It's like, even if you have on, I had on these in my work pants, right? And that my Sherlin and a jacket, and it was like the wind was just blowing through it like paper. The boots I had on that was so warm, I swear to God, the tip of my toes are so cold. And the bus drivers act like they pay the gas to put in the bus, so they ain't giving no heat. For some reason, because white, they be like, black people love heat, da-da-da-da, so they're complaining. So now the bus drivers don't turn on, nobody get heat. It's just cool. Right? But I'm happy for you now. I really am. Hey, love. I hope you have a blessed Sunday. You know what I mean? It is what it is and what it's going to be. People telling me to, I hate when people say pick. Hi. I hate, oh, no. I hate when people try to tell me to pick. Right? I just, that's the thing. It's a lot of things going on. But anyway, the 25th. We see it happening among us every day. This marvelous turnabout is evidence of a spiritual awakening. We watch them walk into their first meeting defeated, their spirits broken, their suffering is obvious, and their desire for help even more apparent. They collect a welcome chip and go back to their seats, shaken by effort. You know what? Oh my God. I'm not beating it down, but I mean, if you come in and you get a welcome chip or a newcomer's keychain and you go back out and 3 months later you up there get another, stop getting the keychains. Because it's something in your pattern that keeps making you relapse. Stop getting the keychains. You see, you got to always find out what's in your pattern that keeps making you go. Some people can be triggered from the keychain. Well, I'm doing good. Right? And you got the keychain and all of a sudden you get the bubblies in your stomach. And you get high. And then you come back and get a keychain and lasts for 390 more days. And then it just keeps repeating itself. You need to stop getting the keychains. Everything that everybody does in recovery is not for everybody. You got to find out your path and what's good for you, for your recovery, to make you help you get clean. Because I was in the meeting. It was like only like 4 of us, but they got expensive donuts. That's why I really started going to the meeting. Because, I mean, these people, some people treat you nice in the meetings. They didn't have coffee, but them donuts and danishes was like $10 and $12. And they was good. And he was saying every time he got a year, he will relapse. And because I was the one with the most time, well, let's say I was the elder in the room, and with the most experience. He did the same thing over and over and over again. And I was like, well, how about this? How about, because it was his best friend, how about you spend your recovery with your best friend, right? And then till you feel safe. Until you feel safe and secure in your year, you kids hang with your best friend. Because the day before his year, he will relapse. I said, all right, won't you spend it with your best friend? Spend it with people in recovery. So you can get over the hump of relapsing the day before your year. And then the next Sunday, I was like, oh, how was, your anniversary? And I was like, won't you go share at some meetings, do more than one? Because they don't care. You can do 10 meetings and go and say the same thing. They'll let you come share. Right? And he was like, oh, it was good, da 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 da. I was like, well, did you get over the hump? He was like, yeah, and it feels good right now. He was like, yeah, and he got over that. So every year he's going to have to do the same pattern until he's strong enough to break away from having a crutch, because she's his crutch. Sometimes people need crutches just to get by. So until he's comfortable with making it over a year, he's going to have to use that crutch. So we see them again, and they seem a little more comfortable there. They found a sponsor and are attending meetings every night. They still won't meet or glance, but they nod their heads in recognition as we share. We notice, a spark of hope in their eyes, and they smile uncertainly when we encourage them to keep coming back. A few months later, they are standing straight. They've learned how to make eye contact. They're working the steps, and their sponsors and are healing as a result. We listen to them sharing at meetings. We stack chairs, and then afterward, a few years later, they are speaking at a convention workshop. They got a wonderful, humorous personality. They smile when they see us. They hug us, and they tell us they could never have done it without us. And they understand when we say, nor could we without you. Just for today, I will find joy in witnessing the recovery of others. Yeah, that's good though, finding the joy. But everything ain't for everybody. That's why I always go back to, you got to find what works for you, because I'm telling you, recovery is gangs. You got to find a gang that you fit into. Some people call it a cult. The ones that can't stay clean call recovery a cult. But recovery is like gangs. You just got to find a gang that you click with, that won't do what you do, talk how you talk, and walk how you walk. You stay around them people 9 times out of 10, you're going to get 10 years. Then you're going to get 20 years. Then you're going to get 30 years. Then you might 40 years. Right? But if you go in there and you associate, because the one thing I know about people in recovery, newcomers, it ain't about them wanting to help you. Well, they want to help you, but they want to claim the help. Everybody don't do things from the heart. You have a newcomer, oh yeah, okay, come with me, do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But that might not work for you to stay clean. That's because it works for them and their other sponsor. And that's why you got to go in, you got to socialize. You got to see who you blend with, who you mesh with. And that's the gang that you stick with. Me, I'm a loner. I go in, I give hugs, certain people, I share, you know what I mean? And then after the meeting, I'm out, I'm going, I'm not hanging around, I'm not doing. One day, I went to lunch. Now, I could have brought my own lunch. But I offered to give her money back, and she wouldn't take the money. But she was complaining to the other girl. Me, Lily, and Stacy. I say names. I don't even care. And I ain't breaking anonymity because it wasn't no meeting. So Lillian said, oh, you want to come to lunch with me and Stacy? And I was like, yeah, I have my own money. So when the check came, I didn't say that. She said she'll pay for it because I know she was already talking junk, but I offered to give her her money back, and she was like, no, I don't want it. I was like, no, let's take the money. She was like, no. And then she was like, she was going to Florida, and she needed shoes. I was like, oh, here. You know what I'm saying? You don't wear expensive shoes anyway, so here's $40. Go get you a... No, I don't want none of your money. So this is why I'm explaining about meshing. Lillian and Stacy was on one side of the table. I thought I was like, what, you screwing? I don't really care. But you know, if this is your thing, you shouldn't have invited me on your date, because Lillian all hugging all over and everything. I'm like, this is crazy. And I'm on the other side. See, Lillian got into it. Because I'm the type of person, I'm not going to let you tell me what to think. You see what I mean? I'm not going to let you tell me how I should think and how I should hate Trump. Because Trump ain't raising your taxes, boo-boo. That's not Trump. That's the mayor and the governor and the mayor raising your taxes. Trump don't got nothing to do with Rhode Island unless somebody's trying to blow it up or something. Or I'm tattling. So at this time, I'm staying in her basement. Lord, when I stayed in that basement, my whole health went downhill. She's going to say, because I'm not agreeing with her, they're going to call the cops, but I know the people. I'm like, nah, don't even call the cops. Who's calling the cops? Ain't nobody going to call the cops. I'm telling them, don't call the cops. What we need the cops for? We don't need no cops. Whatever's going to happen, whatever. She said, because I'm getting ready to tell you from the bottom of my toes, fuck you. I said, say it. Go ahead and say it. Because, see, people change when they get around other people. The attitude, the personality, every change. Now she's out to get me, but me and Stacy was cool. But I'm saying, we didn't mesh. I shouldn't have been there because they're hugging and, kiss. I'm like, wait a minute, you know what I mean? I was going about doing my own thing. But I'm going back to that restaurant because that Chinese restaurant got some good food. I'm going to take mine to go, though. I'll be definitely there. I got to take a bus, though. But this is AA. Get it involved. There is action and more action. Faith without words is dead. To be helpful is our only aim. I understand that service is a ritual, part of recovery, but I often wonder, what can I do? Simply start with what I have today. I look around to see where there is a need. Are the ashtrays full? Do I have hands and feet to empty them? Suddenly I'm involved. The best speaker may make the worst coffee. The member who's best with newcomers may be unable to read. The one willing to clean up may make a mess of the bank account. Yet every one of these people in jobs is essential to an active group. The miracle of service is this: when I use what I have, I find there is more available to me than I realized before. Well, let me tell you, I didn't do all that stuff. I was a greeter. But I'm not the person that's just going to go out my way. You know what I mean? And this is how I stay clean. I'm not going to go out my way. Right? I didn't even like getting the keychains. I don't even like celebrating my anniversary, because why do I need an anniversary to tell me what I was? Right? I don't want to celebrate being when I came in recovery. I don't want to celebrate that. Because then when you relapse, right, you got to do all the same stuff over in recovery. So I never celebrate. They don't never act. They asked me to share, but they was like, well, do you want to join this group? You know, I don't want no anniversary. I just don't want to do that. If you want me to share, then I'll share. But I'm not going to share. I just don't do that. I don't do that. You know, it is the new beginning of your new life, right? But that's not what I do. I don't break my neck. I don't go out the way. Now let me tell you something. There was a wife and a husband, and it's funny to me. So I love recovery. I love this thing called recovery. You know, people are peeking in, peeking out, and that's all good too. Maybe you might get something, maybe not. But this is to save my life and keep me in serenity because I'm ready to hurt something. And when I want to hurt something, you know, I got to think about me because that's how it is. I don't relapse. I break something on somebody's body, and that brings me pleasure and joy. And that's a bad habit to have, and that's the habit I'm trying to break. Because that's how I stay clean, too. Why would I pick up when I can go bust somebody in the face? Right? You get an orgasm off it, especially if you get away with it, but you know, I'm trying to change my ways. So this is the way I'm living right now. Because I really don't talk to people because people lie and they're manipulators, and it just, you know what I'm saying? Now, the girl that was on the crystal meth and the Fenny, we usually talk, but whatever I couldn't understand. And I understand I love you, and I say I love you more. And trust me, you won't even believe who she is. She's supposed to hate the color of my skin. But everything changes when you're homeless. And we never got along. Never got along. But when we separated, now we're good. But we couldn't talk like we used to do because whatever oh my God, I'm like, she was all in the thing. And, oh my God, it was like crazy. I was praying and everything in God because I don't know what these people want, but child, I don't want none of it. You hear me now? So it was it was a couple, right? I'm not everyday going to meeting, you know what I mean? I might do like 3 meetings a week, 2 meetings or whatever. Then I get tired and then I stop because I'm just sick of being around the same people. And this is true. And they was like wanting to do everything. Everything. When you're doing this, you're burning yourself out. Now you're worrying about other people more than you're worrying about yourself because you are the newcomer. You need to sit down and hear the message. But every time I walked in, they treat me like the newcomer. Because I just stopped going because I know me. And they know me too. They know me too. They know who I am. People, even in me, and even in recovery, people nitpick. There's 2 women that don't get along. We go back 95. Me and Stacy, I hated Stacy, you know what I mean? Stacy cheated with my kid's father. I was gonna, you know what I mean, put hands on her, but now we're older. I'm like, and that's somebody I forgave. Cause she was like, oh my God, you're gonna hug me. I was like, look, yeah, cause I needed her to forgive me, cause things was gonna get bad for her, not me, for her, cause I was holding grudges. But I forgave her something, I don't know. She's sickly too. She's on dialysis. She got this. She got that. She walking with a cane. I'm like, child. But then I found out the girl can still squabble. Because, girl, I already heard about you and Kim. Blocks and stop. Kim's my girl. She's my sister in arms. And me and Kim Blockson never got along. Me and Kim Blockson never got along either. We was 2 sides. You get what I'm saying? We was 2 sides of the different coin. But she thought I was 1 when I was 2. Well, I'm all the years, She called. I'm blood. But now, come to find out, she got a baby by my cousin. Her son got a baby by my cousin. She reminds me all the time. But now we're cool. And I forgave, it was like, I needed her to forgive me. Right? And she did, because we're still cool. You know what I mean? If I stop, always hug her, give her a kiss, ask her how she doing. Always say, I love this recovery thing, because she knows, you know what I mean? She knows me. I always be like, I love this thing called recovery, even though I ain't about, you know what I mean? We have a picnic, every summer, but they keep moving and getting further and further, and it's a nice picnic. I mean, I went with Lillian the year before last, And I mean, I ate so much watermelon, so many hamburgers. You know what I mean? I was dancing. Nobody was dancing. And I swear, let me tell a story. This dude I used to go with, he was white. We both was in Tabit. Uh, recovery. And we went to Lincoln Woods. And if you go to Lincoln Woods, it got this like thing. I don't know what it is. Like almost like a cabin. Right? You can cook out there, whatever, whatever. And we was up there. And I swear to God, we wrote his name and loved Millie. Well, I put Millicent. And I swear to God, it's still there to this day. If you go there, you'll find, I think he passed away though. He passed away from an OD. He just, I think if I would have stayed with him though, he would have stayed clean, because you know what I'm saying? I would have been his foundation that held him together. Because I'm like a rock. Right? And nobody was dancing. Then I started dancing. Then Lily had to start dancing. But, you know, they was playing dominoes. You know what I mean? There was meetings. Right? They was playing spades. You know, that's why when I go places like that, I got to go by myself. Right? Because I can't really shine. I really can't be Millie, because whoever I'm with, I got to down myself for. So, you know, Lillian's like wanting you. I'm like, oh my God, I should have this. You know what I mean? Then I'm finding weed in her car. I'm like, Lillian, you smoke weed? That's how I found out she smoked weed. We in a recovery picnic. We at the recovery picnic. Lillian, she told me to get her a cigarette, but she had a blunt in a pack of her cigarettes. I'm clean off everything. I'm like, Lillian, come here. I'm like, you smoke weed, Lillian? She was like, yeah, but you don't got cancer no more. So what are you doing? You getting high now because you enjoy. You don't even got no sickness that you need the weed for. Right? But, you know, I love going to, and it's free. Everything's free. Everything is free. They was like, Millie's eating it because the watermelon was nice and juicy. I love watermelon. I love. I can eat a whole watermelon. I can eat a whole watermelon by myself. And I hope they put it in, let me put it out there. They put it at Lincoln Woods so I can go myself. But I don't mind taking a bus and walking. You know, I don't mind asking directions 10, 20 times. Right? But I got to go by myself because I can't shine. Just because you don't like that person don't mean I'm not going to like that person. Maybe I want to sit at this table and conversate. Right? Maybe I want to dance because that's what I do. And they don't play the hippity boppity stuff. No. Buka and all them play back in the day. Like the 90s type of hip hop. And I like popping, you know, Buka, all of us can dance from back in the day. And I like pop, because I was a popper. I can do up the breaking, but, you know, I never got, and I used to can do the windmill, but, you know, I am not windmilling. My back would definitely break. And everybody would hear all my bones cracking. But, yeah, you know what I mean? I feel better now because I'm in my safe haven. Right? I read off from NA and AA book. I just love this thing called recovery. People don't know how good it feels. You only high because you only sober and clean because you broke, boo. Because you broke. You'll get 10 days as soon as your check comes, you're back out there doing the same thing over and over again. And then what you want? I can go get keychains. That's what you want to do, play this game? That's why I don't celebrate anniversaries and I don't get keychains. Right? I don't want, you know what I mean? I'm not ashamed of saying I'm in recovery, but I don't want that stuff hanging off me. You know what I mean? That's just me. That's what keeps me clean. right? I know if I drink, I'll get high. If I get high, I'll drink. So, cut them two out my life. Weed takes your money too. If you ain't getting weed for free, or you ain't banging a dude that's selling the weed takes a lot of your money too. And so don't cigarettes, and so don't vaping. Wipe all them out. I'm the type of person where, yeah, I was homeless, I was sleeping outside, I stopped smoking weed so I can get into rehab. That lasted 2 weeks. And then I found out about the sober houses. I started smoking weed again because I was in the shelter. Then I got kicked out and I had to go in the sober houses. I don't get kicked out because of me. It's not me. It's not my attitude. It's not nothing like that. Bro, people can't take me for me. You know what I mean? People want you out. They want you to mingle. No, I got boogers, bitch. My nose is stopped up. They want you to mingle with people that you don't mesh with. Hi, how you doing? Whatever. But I'm not there. There's that good morning thing again. Right? There's 12 girls. They want you to say good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Now it just feels like I'm like, oh my God. Well, Millicent don't say good morning. Millicent ain't doing this like us. Millicent don't go to the same meetings. Millicent ain't doing this and Millicent ain't doing that. That's because I'm not a follower. I'm a leader now. If you want to come to where I'm going, I don't have a problem. But I'm not going where you're going. Them are not my type of people. So why would I sit in a meeting with people that ain't my type of people? Anyway, happy Sunday. Oh my God, I blew my nose. Happy Sunday. Oh yeah, the dude with the dogs. You said it's always your fault that the breakup happens. That's because you're a control freak. I seen it myself when you and her I was like, she's not, you gotta treat women like they're an adult. You wanted to be on camera, but you didn't want her talking on camera unless you said so. You're a control freak. That's why you can't go me. I thought, it was going to be me and you, but somebody convinced you to get it with a younger girl, and look what happened. Now you're by yourself yet again, but it's cool though. Do you, boo. Now, if you want to come up here and visit and then leave, that's cool too. He's like, you got to have $10,000. Boy, if you don't please. That's another thing. That's why you can't keep a girl. That's exactly why you can't keep a girl. You know why? Because you worrying about the money she got. You worrying about what you got to pay out, and instead of worrying about building a foundation together. You got to come in with $10,000. So he's a man that don't think like it. He definitely don't read out the Bible. He ain't definitely having a relationship out the Bible like Tony. Hi, Dimples. Hi, Brian. Hey, Jimmy. Jimmy crack want more. Jimmy want more. Jimmy want more. Yeah, Jimmy gonna get more. When that bank account get low, girl, Jimmy gonna be on to the next one. Yeah, Jimmy a cuz too. He can't dance, but he be doing. I be like, yeah, they be laughing at Jimmy, but they ain't watching Jimmy. They ain't watching Jimmy too good. Yeah, that's your problem. One, if you don't got no kids, right? And it's always your problem why you break it up, right? 9 times out of 10, you're not going to have no children. And it's because you keep trying to get younger girls instead of grown women that probably can handle you. Because frankly, I don't want to be on your I don't want to be on your YouTube channel. I'm trying to build my own foundation. You know what I mean? Because that's the way of the world. I'll be doing my own thing, and then you're a very jealous person. That's another thing. You're very jealous, right? If you're jealous, there's no trust in a relationship because I'm jealous too. And I ain't gonna lie, I am jealous. I am a jealous type of broad. But it takes that man to make me secure in our relationship. Like because she was young, she didn't know how to make you secure in your relationship. You know what I mean? You need a woman that can convince you it's all about you. You need to be treated like a king. Right? She got to make you feel that there's nobody else in the world for her but you. And then the trust will start building. Because Jimmy, I meant not Jimmy, Lord, the dog man. I won't want to be with you 24/7. Women got to do women things. Men got to do Wendy. That's what I'm saying. If I get a man, you know what? I don't care if we got 2 rooms. You make that room into a man cave and do you and your friends because I'm going to be over here probably down and and don't want to be bothered. But I will always make sure that he knows that he is secure. But he got to make me feel secure because I'm the jealous one. I don't know why you gotta have all these girlfriends because dudes don't like their women having dude friends. So we gonna do tit for tat. If they don't got a girlfriend, if they ain't in a relationship, we ain't hanging with them. Cause when you got single friends, then you do single things. Right? I want to hang with just couples. That's it, just couples. Now on your midnight, leave the bitches at home because that means I don't want to be bothered with you. That means I don't want to be bothered with them. Now if they're coming over too, you got to tell me like a month ahead of time so I can get myself together. Yeah, I need to know in a month's advance so I can build myself up to wanting to be around. Because I don't, you know what I mean? If we ain't all together, I'm like, oh. Then I'll be whispering, if you date me, you already know you have to put me to the side and talk to me to get me back on track. Because then I start going into my own self because I'm tired of whatever they're talking about. And I already talked about all I wanted to talk about. So now I don't want to talk about nothing. Right? And I don't mind being with a man that smoke weed. And he can't drink cheap stuff though. Now I'll make sure he'll have some good tequila. I'll buy his tequila. I'll make sure. Because one thing, I don't want you dead from, kidney failure. So I'll make sure. What you buying? My nephew hooked me on to that. And then I seen how I didn't drink liquor. Even when I smoked weed, I didn't drink liquor. And then I seen how, they can drink like 5 bottles and still be nice, but then when it hits you, they're home and they're already fucked up, or he's in the car sleeping with the door open, getting ready to go to jail because the police pulled them over. But yeah, you know what I mean? But beyond drinking and smoking weed, we can't be together. I don't want nobody popping pills. If you on medication, lock them in your car. I don't want them in my house. I don't want them nowhere around me. If you're on anything, crack or anything, I will know. I will know. Because I know the signs. Right? That's what I'm saying. It ain't much. And I mean, you don't got to have $10,000, but goddamn, come with something. You know what I mean? You don't got to have a car, but come with a bus pass. Because I don't want to pay, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have a car because it's cold out here. It's cold and it's hot. I like the beach. But yeah, if I get in a relationship, I just want to hang with couples. That's it. There's couples, and like I said, I don't mind their girlfriends coming chilling sometimes. But every time you have a man night, don't keep bringing them over because it ain't gonna happen. Because now me and you're gonna end up arguing, and then it is interfering with our relationship. But anywho. Hope that beats somebody's ears, because shit, times are hard out here. You know what I mean? And then men be like, yeah, I want to date you, but after they sleep with you, you have sex with them, now they done changed their number or blocked your number. That's not what I want to do. You know what I mean? I'm like, shit, come with a ring. And not from Walmart. That girl said, pay. I guess she seen it because they was in Walmart. You bought my ring from Walmart? He was like, what? She was like, you bought my, he was like, no, I didn't buy your ring from Walmart. She said, yes, you know, don't buy me nothing from Walmart. And plus, I'm going to go have it appraised. Because I know how men are. They be all on Temu and all that. And they got diamonds. They're not diamonds. But they actually look like diamonds. They grow them in a lab. Oh, I lost that card too. But anyway, I just want everybody to have a peaceful, blessed Sunday. Listen. Let's play some motherfucking football. I know who's gonna win. I ain't psychic or nothing, but I know who's going to win. Woo! I know who's gonna win. If you was paying me some money, if you was giving me something, you'll be a rich mother effer. Cause I predict every year. Every year I predict. Every year. I made people rich. Rich. I know who's going to win. But, you know, let's play some football. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying good luck to the Patriots. Who they playing? I think that lady said the Rams. I don't know who they're playing. But good luck to everybody. Not just the Patriots. Good luck to who they're playing. And then good luck to the other two teams playing. Good luck getting to the Super Bowl. Good luck. May luck be on your side, child. 3 o'clock. Oh, that's one thing about me. I love me some football. And then I was watching track earlier. The Winter Olympics is coming. Track's my thing, though. Track is my thing. And swimming. Track and swimming is my thing. Ugh. I ain't gonna tell nobody that because I keep stuff to myself. But anyway, she knows who she is. Remember me? You remember me. I was like, you know, you're holding your head down too long. You know what I'm saying? That wind's coming in. You gotta, you know, work your way up nice and slow because if you run and then you pop up, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna trip. But if you running, right, and you just get the flow of the motion in your hands, don't ball up because I used to run. I didn't run track, but I was a running motherfucker. I ran from a lot. I did fences and everything. And then I told us work your way up and watch that speed. People run like this, don't run like this. You gotta run straight with your back. And you know what I mean? But anyway, have a blissful day. Oh, she's telling me wrap my Bible with plastic. Oh, thank you. Thank you, but you know, oh, she said amen. Yeah, I got Bibles everywhere. You know what I mean? I always got something. I got even holy water. Holy water blessed by mother. Right? I even got a book, Jesus for Non-Religion People. You know what I mean? So, you know, amen. Yes, you're right. Amen. Amen. Yeah. Yup. That's what I do. I always walk in faith. As long as you walk out your door in faith, can nothing stop you from being who you are. Can nothing destroy you. Even though it, you know, it don't, what they do is just that, it ain't what they do. They just keep repeating it. Ain't nothing new. It's like a broken record, you know? It just keeps skipping. I already been through this. Everywhere I go through the same thing. But every time I walk in faith. Every time they think they trip me up and knock me down, the Lord's there to pick me up, praise Allah. He's been good to me. He's been good to me. Like I said, the littlest blessing. The littlest blessing means something to me. I swear, I didn't even know it was a Buffalo nickel. It's a 1936 Buffalo nickel. And then I was watching. That's a blessing. It's a blessing. Even if it's worth $80, it's a blessing to me because somebody gave me that Buffalo nickel out of the nickel. I keep saying nigga. Nickel out of the store. And then this lady came and she started talking to me because she collects stamps. But then she was reading. She said, oh, he takes coins too. I got coins. And then she was like, oh, he takes military. And she got stuff for the military too. So I was like, you know what? I was like, oh shit, I got a coin. And when I looked at that coin, it's a 1936 Buffalo nickel. And they made different ones. Mine don't have the D or what. I got the E, right? I got the 3.5 leg. I got that, right? And I don't know because I can't see. I got to find my little magnifying glass. But, you know what I mean? Even if I'm like a nickel, even if it's worth $20, it's a blessing because it's a nickel. Right? That was a blessing to me. Because she was telling me how, I'm like, I'm bringing this nickel right back to her. I keep saying nigga, Lord. I'm bringing this nickel right back to her because that's what she does. Now, I'm going to take a picture of it. You know, I'm like, I don't even want the nickel to go because they're different. You know, they're worth different amounts of money. And this nickel seemed like it's a lucky nickel. I'm like, I got a whole bunch of pennies. I'm looking at all my pennies. Because she said she used to, I don't know, but she said something about a whole bunch of coins. She used to buy, then she go through the coins and she was finding sterling coins and this coins and that coin. She got an appointment Wednesday. And then I just found a 1960-something quarter in my pocket. I don't even know how that got in there. I'm like, are these people giving me, you know what I mean? But may you be blessed. Like I said, it's the littlest blessing. That nickel can be worth money. And that's a blessing to me that somebody thought I deserved to have. Now, his blessing to me is going to turn out to be a blessing to him. Somebody thought that I was worthy to have that nickel. And that's a blessing to me. I wasn't even paying the nickel no more. I put a whole bunch of them coins in the bus thing. In the coin thing to get on the bus. They said coin, not whatever, bitch. You're still taking it. I'm walking, I'm sitting down. But when she started, see, that was a blessing. Her coming to talk to me. We already talked about the stamps. But her coming to talk to me about the coin made me realize to look, because I was getting ready to put it in the bus. Made me realize to look at the date on the coin. Then I, started Googling. So that's a blessing to me. And you think I ain't going to praise my God, my Lord, for that blessing? Because even if it's worth $20, it's $20 that I didn't have. If it was worth $5, it's $5 I didn't have, but I know it ain't worth no $5 because I already didn't, you know what I mean? That's why I'm like, I might have to put it in tissue and put it up my crotch because it's that tight. So I can, because people will, woo, I'm going to have it on me at all times until I get back to this white woman. Because she's smart. She's educated, but she's smart. I said, yeah, she knows a lot about a lot of collectibles. But now she telling me she got coins. So I'm going to show the coin. But even though I did something on my own, but I got to find a coin. But I can bring it downtown to Homeboy. The one that got posted, I got robbed, that white dude and that, yeah. I'm going to bring it to him because I brought him some stuff before. I'm going to bring it to him and let him check it out. See what he say. But I'm telling you, God works in mysterious ways. See, the devil been trying to beat me down. The devil been trying to destroy me, make me unhappy, make me not believe in myself no more. And look at God. Look at God. Look at God. And they're like, they only found one or two. I'm like, well, shit, I got one right here. Because they only made a certain amount of them. I'm like, shit, you got one and I got one. Shit, what? You got one and I got one. I don't know if that was that lady, but who, I'm like, if it was her, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, she's always complaining about money, but she's like, I don't think she's bad off herself. And then I was like, I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it. And my friend, we talk about football. I got to ask this lady her name. She said, Millicent, you need to believe in what you got. Believe in it. And then this lady that I don't know her name, Lord, I don't know nobody's name, but I have conversations. A nurse came in because she's staying over. And I know that nurse. But where do I know her? I was like, she was like, oh, this is Millicent. She was like, Millicent. I was like, yeah. I said, I know you, but where do I know you from? What hospital? But anyway, yeah, let me cook me something to eat, and then I'm going to put my collard greens on and finish Diamond Dot. It's almost done. It'll be done by the night. Shrek, I keep calling him Shrek. Lilo. Stitch is Stitch. Yup, Stitch will be done. Then I'm gonna do the I got a whole bunch of half ones. I wanna go back to the Beauty and the Beast, the Rose in the Glass, because that is beautiful. I did the rose already, and the glass is just like, it's all like in different color blues and white, and the flowers red with some hints of green. It's like really pretty. Yep, Stitch is almost done. You know, Mother do come down and she's interested in my Diamond Dot, and they was like, we never see it all the way done, because when I come back I always have a new one. But yeah, he's almost done. But they didn't really do it like Mickey and Minnie. This is the same company. You know, I like they were square Diamond Dots, and they like had like glittery stuff on them. But anywho, let me get off here. Blessings and peace, world. And yup, and I will definitely wrap my Bible up in plastic. Thank you. Appreciate you. Football. She be right by my door. All the time, right by my door.